It's late afternoon and time to bring in the goats for the night. It's an ancient way of life passed down through generations.
It's so nice to be free on your own, with your animals grazing nearby in the wide open steppe.
But as the seasons change, so too does the climate.
It's becoming more and more difficult each year.
Despite the family's pride in this long shared history, it's uncertain if it will continue with the next generation. This vast landscape has been pummeled by dozens of extreme weather events this year, and Mongolia is warming faster than the global average.
When I was young, winter was cold and had snow, and during summer we had enough rain. Now winters have less or no snow, and summers are overheated with very little rain.
During winter, a phenomenon known as zud can kill millions of livestock and drive herders from their land. These harsh winters used to happen once or twice a decade. Now it's nearly every year.
When we have zud, we go to faraway pasture land with our livestock and pack food for the move. It is hard and difficult to move when it is cold.
Zuds are regularly followed by springtime sand and dust storms that threaten to take out what animals are left.
During dust storms, you can't see anything. The sheep cannot move around, livestock get injured or freeze to death and get lost.
I feel very scared when my dad goes outside to check the animals. It feels like an earthquake. I get scared thinking, what if my dad might be frozen?
For some, it's too much.
We're travelling more than 500 kilometres today to see what life is like for the herders who give up on this life and head to the city in the hope of finding work and better opportunities for their children.
For years now, there's been a growing migration to regional cities and the Mongolian capital. More than 60,000 people move to Ulaanbaatar every year. Most live on the city's crowded fringes in traditional dwellings called gers or simple homes. Mongolia is still powered by coal, so as the brutal cold sets in and people try to keep warm, pollution engulfs the city. Barchameg and her husband moved to the capital after a bad zud, but even here they can't escape extreme weather. In August, their home was destroyed by a flash flood.
I can't express in words how difficult it was at that time. I told the children to wear the thickest clothes they have and boots. I grabbed them by their belts and we escaped through the window.
Their 15-year-old daughter, Balortitim, wants to become a biologist. Her parents have taken out a loan so she can study at a specialised school.
Mongolian people are close to nature and love it. For me, our natural environment is very interesting and beautiful.
For now, Balortitim is left to study in this small ger while they rebuild. Despite the challenges, they've got no choice but to make it work. The children of herders who stay hope for a better future and dream of how to achieve their ambitions while still helping their families on the land.
Lately, we've had many animal diseases. There's no vet in our village, so I want to become one to help my parents.
When there is a zod or when there is a big sandstorm or when the family have to move, it's the children that suffer most because families and children are split and they can stay separately for quite some time.
The provincial government is trying to come up with ways to help the herders so they can stay in the region with their families.
They've made Mongolia Mongolia over generations. Therefore, we want them to have a stable livelihood and live in their local communities.
But more herders are encouraging their children to look beyond this life.
I want them to study in whatever school they like and become professionals and work in another field.
Torn between the past and the hope of a brighter future. Kathleen Calderwood, ABC News, Sant Som, Mongolia.